Welcome to the Finding and Managing Policies series in EZU. In this course, you will learn how to service policies in EZLynx. So, let's dive in. Let's begin by discussing the endorsement options, which are Compare, Change, and Change Request. You can access policy servicing options via the Overview or Policies tab by clicking the kebab icon next to a policy. Immediately, you'll see the option for Compare, which allows you to compare policy change details between two versions of the same policy. This can be useful when looking at customer policies from a historical view. All you need to do is select version 1 and version 2 from the policy dropdown, then click Compare. The Compare Results section will display a summary of the differences for comparison. The next option we'll review is Change. This feature is typically used when the customer calls the carrier directly to make a change, and the carrier doesn't participate in policy downloads. The agency then receives the endorsement and would need to update the entry screens with the endorsement data. As soon as the change is confirmed, the endorsement changes will be available in the Viewing Summary as of section on the Summary tab within the policy. Click the kebab icon next to a policy, select Service, then choose Change. Once the change policy page appears, make any necessary updates. Specifically, you'll want to enter the difference in premium in the Change Premium field. Make sure you only enter the amount the premium has changed by, since the system will calculate the new written, full term, and annual premium for you. Before clicking Change Policy, ensure the total commission and service team areas are still accurate. If you need to update any fine details within the policy, you'll click Change and Edit Policy, which will redirect you to the entry screens. Please note that you should only make these changes in EZLynx once they have been confirmed on the carrier's site. The last option in this section is Change Request. A change request is typically used when the customer comes to the agent, rather than going directly to the carrier. Once again, click the kebab icon next to the policy, select Service, then choose Change Request. You'll be redirected to the Change Request policy page where you can select the change date, master and writing companies, billing type, LOB origination date, and rating state. To the right of these fields is a box for a description. It's a good idea to write a brief, yet detailed description of the change or changes being requested. As soon as you've double-checked your answers, click Edit Change Request at the bottom of the page. Doing so will redirect you to the entry screens for the policy details. Go through each tab to ensure accuracy, then you can choose to preview or save and close the change request. Clicking Save and Close will bring you back to the policy on the Overview tab of the customer's account. Here, you can see a ribbon on the policy card stating that there's an open change request effective the date it was submitted. Moving on, let's discuss the options for remarketing policies in EZLynx. Your options are Sync, Create Application, Convert to Policy, Renew, and Rewrite. Go ahead and click the kebab icon next to a policy, select Other, then choose Sync. The Sync feature is used to synchronize policies, so all information is up to date. This is handy when changes are made during the life of a policy. Basically, the system will gather data based on what's entered into the rating engine and compare it to the policy transactions data. Pressing the Sync button opens the Sync Policy Preview window where you can review the risk and policy data versus the result data. Please note that whatever information you want saved must be in the result data column, otherwise the system will overwrite it during the sync process. At the top of the Sync Policy Preview window, you'll see several different tabs depending on the policy's line of business. You'll want to review each tab carefully to ensure all necessary updates are made. In the top right-hand corner, there's an option for Show All and Differences Only. The Show All button will show all details of the policy, while Differences Only will just show the differences between the risk, policy, and result data. For each section on every tab, you'll see a button to set all from risk and set all from policy. The Set All from Risk option will replace all of the policy data with what's found in the rating engine, while the Set All from Policy option will replace all of the rating engine data with what's found in the policy transactions. We don't typically recommend using either of these options, as the point of the sync feature is to merge data to reflect the most updated information. After you make the updates needed, click Save. Create Application is the next option for remarketing policies. Click the kebab icon next to a policy, select Service, then choose Create Application. This will open the Add Application window where you can choose to add an application for a policy if one doesn't already exist. First, select whether the policy is commercial or personal. The line of business and application/policy to pre-fill from drop-down menus will already be populated for you, based on the policy you selected. If needed, you can also choose to add line of business. Select the rating state. If it's not already selected, then enter a description in the box. Once you've input the required information, click Add Application and you'll be redirected to the entry screens. To ensure accuracy, double-check the details on every tab are complete and correct. When ready, click the Save and Close button at the top or bottom of the page. Once an application has been created, you'll have the option to convert it into a policy. With this feature, you can also convert a policy into an application. To learn more about how to do that, watch the How to Remarket Policies with Convert to Application/Policy video. Next, we have the option to renew. As per usual, click the kebab icon next to a policy, select Service, and choose Renew. As soon as you click Renew, you'll be redirected to the Renew Policy page. Here, you'll want to review each field to make sure everything looks correct, then click the Renew and Edit Policy button at the bottom of the page. Doing so will redirect you to the policy entry screens. Again, review each field and tab to ensure all details are correct. When finished, click the Save and Close button at the top or bottom of the page. You should land back on the Policy Overview tab of the customer's account, where you'll see a ribbon stating renewal effective the starting date of the next term. Lastly is the option to rewrite a policy. Please note that the EZLynx definition of a rewrite may differ from your own. For example, a policy would be considered a rewrite if it was cancelled due to non-payment, but the customer comes back and decides to keep the policy they originally had before cancellation occurred. Additionally, if there's any change in carrier, this would also be considered a rewrite in the EZLynx system. If the carrier does not change, this would be considered a renewal. Finally, we've come to the end of a policy where you have options to audit, cancel, or reinstate. Click the kebab icon next to a policy, select Service, and choose Audit. This will allow you to run an audit of a customer's policy and the transactions associated with it at the end of its term. Clicking on Audit will redirect you to the Audit Policy page. Make sure to put the correct amount for the change premium and the system will calculate the following premium fields accordingly. After you've reviewed that the information is correct, scroll to the bottom and click the Change Policy button. The next option is to cancel the policy. Click the kebab icon next to the policy, select Service, then choose Cancel. Enter the cancellation return premium, if applicable, then click Cancel Policy. This will move the policy into an inactive status. The other cancel option is Cancel Rewrite. This option should be selected when the policy has been cancelled and rewritten with another carrier. To do this, click on the kebab icon next to the policy via the Customer's Overview or Policies page. Next, click on Service, then Cancel. On the Cancel Policy page, select Cancel Rewrite under the Cancel Type drop-down. Enter the cancellation return premium, if applicable, then click Cancel Policy. Once again, this will move the policy into an inactive status. Once a policy has been cancelled in EZLynx, you'll have the option to reinstate it. Doing so will move the policy back into an active status. That concludes this tutorial. You should now have the knowledge to service policies in EZLynx. Thanks for watching.